Hi, welcome to the Outdoor Laboratory Podcast. I'm your host, Danny Capo, and today we're going to be visiting the Bright Angel Trail. The Bright Angel Trail is one of the most popular trails on the south rim of the Grand Canyon National Park. Located here is the Bright Angel Fault, which has formed a natural corridor that has let early Native Americans and animals get below the rim. This trail has passed down through the Indian Garden, and it's about a 5 mile trek to get down there from the rim. In the 1880s, Ralph Cameron and Pete Berry spent $500 to improve the trail in order to get to certain mining areas. Ralph Cameron came into possession of the road and saw more money to be made from tourists than from mining. He agreed with the Santa Fe Railroad that the tracks would pass by the Bright Angel Trail near Cameron's hotel. Cameron spent thousands of dollars to make the trail reach the Colorado River. Cameron had to recover his costs, so he started charging trail access, started charging for water, and started charging for food. Cameron even offered to rent land to a group of brothers known as the Coe Brothers. They set up a photography studio to sell photos as souvenirs. This set of brothers were determined to get the perfect shot. They were known for scaling ropes, climbing cliffs, running rapids, all for an amazing photo. The Coe brothers would snap pictures of mule riders and run past the riders down to Indian Garden, where they had cold water and a dark room to develop their pictures. The brothers would then run back up trail, waiting at the top with their photos for the mule riders to go ahead and purchase from them. Sometimes they would do this 3 times a day, guys. That's a 9 mile round trip times three. The Coe brothers were dedicated to their work, and you could visit their studio on the rim of the Grand Canyon, very close to the Bright Angel Trail. Cameron lost control of the trail in 1912 to the state, and after a series of legal battles, the National Park Service was given control of the trail in 1928. One of the unique things about this trail is that hikers share the trail with mule riders. Miners used to make extra money by leading tourists down the canyon on their mules. Today, tourists can still experience these mule rides, which are organized by the Grand Canyon National Park Lodge. When mules and hikers meet on the trail, there are certain rules to follow. Step off on the uphill side away from the edge when mules are passing by. Follow orders from the wrangler and do not make sudden movements. And do not return to the trail until the last mule is 50 feet past your position. The trail descends a total of 4,380 feet. This means that hikers should be cautious when they plan to do this hike. The descent means that you also need to make the hike back up. It's kind of like an inverted mountain. Packing plenty of water and making sure to rest along the way is key to making this hike enjoyable. Perhaps the most enjoyable way to spend the night is to camp at Indian Garden or even at Phantom Ranch, then hiking out the next day. To do this, you must plan in advance to get permits and know the regulations of camping out at these sites. People make the hike down and back up every day, so it's not a big problem, but it may be really physically demanding. And if you're not used to being in a physically intense scenario, perhaps spending overnight would be a great way to give your body a rest. I've visited this site many times before with personal trips and even during the Grand Canyon semester. And every time I go, I'm in shock at how out of touch I feel when I arrive with nature. The trailhead is surrounded by lodges, shops, bars, restaurants, parking spots, and grocery shops. Anything you need you can find at the edge of the Grand Canyon. And this type of industrial tourism was disgusting to me. People were not paying attention to the view, but paying money for a double scoop of ice cream. They weren't enjoying the beauty of nature and its simplicity. They were enjoying the fake Native American jewelry in the souvenir shops. The consumerism and the focus on getting people to spend money made me feel as if we were not being the best stewards of what nature has given us. Our National Park Service is profiting off the landscape and culture of Native Americans, and it's disgusting for me to watch. All these shops are located on the rim. And when I started to hike down the Bright Angel Trail, I saw the amount of people there were and realized that this part of the ecosystem will forever be changed by the foot traffic us humans have put on it in the name of tourism. But then I started to hike further, and the people lessened around me. There wasn't many people willing for the challenge to hike back up, because 2 miles down is 2 miles up. the further you went, the quieter it got, and the more I felt one with nature. Although this part of nature and cultural history is being prostituted for the betterment and profit of the government and their concierge companies, I was able to go and commune with nature. This makes me feel like parts of this park are necessary for people to visit. If you want a true experience with the outdoors, it's up to you. People are able to come to the Great Grand Canyon and experience it how they want. They can stay on the rim with their ice cream, not really doing much of anything. Or they can be 4 miles down in the canyon, experiencing it firsthand. So it's up to you. Are you going to have your feet propped up with your phone in your palm? Or are you going to be down below the rim, reading the lessons the landscape has to offer? I hope you choose the latter. Go out and experience it for yourself. Have a great